But we're welcoming Doug from Coda Music here to the Carr Amps shop, and we're gonna, I guess, explain all this stuff, and Doug will be asking questions and making comments.
Yes, indeed.
You want to start with?
No. Well,
all right.
I don't know. We could start with the history.
Oh, that's a good idea.
When did you first? I know you came. Were you making amps before you came here?
To Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Only for about 6 months, I think. We live just north of here in Chapel Hill,
Right.
and I was hanging out. I used to play, well, I still play music for years, and got more interested in amps, and befriended a repairman, a local Chapel Hill guy, and just started hanging out with him and learning things. And he told me, hey, you should do what I did when I started, is just go make a tweed champ. So I had some time, and back then there may have been kits somewhere. I couldn't find any kits. You had to get all the parts yourself and figure that out. But anyway, it did it, and it didn't work, and there was a process of figuring out what was wrong. And after that, I decided, well, I'm a repairman now, even though I really wasn't. But Chapel Hill, there's tons of bands, and so right away I had all kinds of customers. And so sort of started learning that way, and then pretty quickly wanted to make an amp for myself that was a marriage of a, kind of a blackface Fender Deluxe and a Marshall 50-watt, kind of modified, not a JCM 800, but a modified non-master volume. Yeah. So after, so I wanted to make this amp for myself, and that's sort of where the business started. I went through a long process of that, using it, for my little local band shows, and eventually took it to a music store and said, "Hey,
what do you think?"
And they ordered 2. It was stunning. And then now here we are.
So the first production amp, what was that?
That was the Slant 6V.
Okay, right, and that's out of production now, isn't it?
It is, but we're talking about perhaps doing something like that, and what I mean by like that is a channel switching amp with clean,
the clean on that was that was loud, that amp. Yeah.
It was 40 watts back then. It seemed like
it wasn't
moderate to low, but but now it's really loud, depending.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, I think we worked together for, it could be more than 20 years. I should look this up and see.
Yeah, we had somebody traded in a Mercury, the original Mercury.
Right.
And then it all went from there. Yeah, so we took, I think the initial order was some Mercuries, a couple of Ramblers, and a Hammerhead. The Mercuries and the Ramblers really, really took off.
Yeah, the
Hammerhead was good, but it was tricky to dial in.
And now this is a tip for the people. It probably is the most collectible, because there are the fewest of them. So
it's probably only 2.
Go out and find them. I think there are about 60. We made about 60.
I think we had 2 of them. Yeah.
Okay.
But, that could be wrong. 20 odd years ago.
Oh yeah,
Who knows?
sure.
Yeah. But been going strong ever since.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So this room, this is the first one you see when you walk in. We do the beginning and the end of the amps. Right. We do all the shipping and packing in here, but also the very first steps. You can see Ben is working on, and that's the mechanical stuff, putting
bases,
transformers into the chassis, tube sockets, you name it. And you asked about trail riders. Here's some prepped trail riders right here. Oh, cool. This is the beginning. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's probably more important you show it to the camera.
Yeah. People at home. So that's right. So that's what Ben's doing there. He'll put in all these terminal strips. Each model has them set up a little differently, and all the mechanical parts, reverb, bits.
He's doing all that from memory. There's no schematic there.
No, there may be. There's some notes, and often we'll have a copy
Right,
chassis.
I thought that was like an amazing mememory there.
Well,
muscle memory, just everything goes in.
That's right. Sometimes the lights are off in here. They're still going. You hear noises, but these are completed amps.
Right, cool.
Here's a completed Trail Rider.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, there's a lot going on in there.
Yeah, a lot
there?
in there. Believe it or not, that is the layout. You know, that's the layout that they're copying from and looking at. And it's, you know, it might not look like it, but it's really logical how this is set up and how the signal flows.
Yeah.
And we've done a few iterations of these layouts to try to get to the most efficient, easy to build setup. But this is the style of build that we've done from the beginning. And we're just really comfortable with this and like it. It's super easy to repair if you need to. Yeah,
We don't have that very often. Your amps are pretty much some of the most reliable ones we get.
Oh well, thanks. Yeah, that's the hope. They're not perfect, but we always take it kind of personally if there's an issue, and we strive to have none.
It's a very, very rare occurrence where you have a poorly Carr amp, and it's generally valve based.
Okay, no, that's good. That's what we want. Let's see other bits. You know, tube sockets, reverb tanks, more chassis. A lot of this stuff. These are all custom made for us. In the Chicago area, all the chassis. What else should we look at? The transformers are also made in Chicago. You know, I think Chicago was just a big hub of not tube-based stuff, but there's a lot of manufacture back when tubes were king, and a number of these companies are still there. So,
that's good. You keep it US made.
Yeah, that's you know, we try to do that as much as we can.
I know a lot of the stuff's going to have to come in from China. Yeah.
You know, some of the raw materials I think come from different places.
To,
So you know, all that international trade
it's
affects
there, isn't
everyone.
It? You can't really change that now.
But these guys are great. TMI in Chicago. We've worked with them for as long as you, but a little longer, since 1999, and they've just been a great partner. You know, it's. This Rambler, this is the original Rambler output transformer. We haven't changed anything.
Cool. Yeah.
We still use those from 1999. All right, we've got some packing boxes of speakers, which you can't really see.
Right.
Those are cabinets. That's the other thing we do in here. Sorry to be a little disjointed, but what we call the final prep. So taking the amp boxes, putting speakers in, reverb tanks, some flashing, and then joining the amplifier to the cabinet. This is a funky old building that's been really great for us. It's got a lot of rooms, high ceilings
as well, isn't it?
And we've grown into it. I mean, you know, just like at somebody's house, I'd hate to move. Yeah. But anyway, there's a lot of storage in here, boxes, shipping boxes. We've got wood behind us.
Who gets to go in that room?
You know, that's our compressor. That's a big compressor.
It's not when you've been bad, you get locked in there.
Years ago, we made this because it gets so loud in here. Sometimes if somebody calls, you can't talk.
Yeah.
And I wanted to find one of the British, you know, like Doctor Who.
TARDIS.
Oh,
like a police phone box.
But I couldn't find. There was one in the countryside I used to see. But anyway, this was our solution.
Right. Yeah.
But then when we got this really nice compressor, it ended up going in there because it makes a lot of noise.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah. I thought that'd be great to have the TARDIS to, you know, take important calls and. But
you can get some old. I think they sell some old phone like the red phone boxes.
Yeah,
you can buy those sometimes. But the police one's probably quite rare, and obviously because they're part of the Doctor Who mythology. They'll be hard to get hold of. Yeah.
Wow, I'll have to look for the red one.
Yeah.
That'd be neat if anybody has an extra one. Maybe write it.
Going to be shipping on that would be quite pricey. Made of iron.
Yeah, that's. We'd have to go get it in our own boat. But so what else is in here? We're kind of low right now on stuff, but there's pine that we get nearby. That's a local made, grown and milled pine.
So the cabinets are pine generally.
Well, there's a real mix. You know, initially they were all pine and they're dovetailed. We still do that for some models, And then, I can't remember what year, we started to do some thin wall, and it was mostly for an aesthetic look, kind of an early 60s.
So on the
thin wall
Sportsman,
cab.
you swapped to that, didn't you? I think.
Yeah, we switched to that, but this is, you know.
So that's the submarine ply.
Yeah, and this is, it was Baltic, but now it's a different type of European ply. But you can see how many plies. This is super stable and really strong stuff.
So what do you use this on? This is on the Sportsman?
Well, we use it on almost all the more recent ones, you know, like Skylark Special.
Okay, yeah.
We'll see some of those cabs, and then it explains it more easily. Well. And this is the main wood shop, kind of the cutting part and joining. There's John over there working on something pretty specific, just the tools we need.
It's great that everything's made in-house. It's really because it's, you know, so often people have to farm out the cab manufacturer.
And that's what we did initially. I think we started our wood shop in maybe 2005, and it took a number of years to get it down. This is by far the best.
Particularly when you've got very specific front panels as well.
Right. Yeah. And we had, you know, it's always tough when you farm things out. We've had problems where I'd go pick up 30 cabinets and there was something wrong with each one, and like, oh man.
Yeah, if you've done it yourself, you can only blame yourself, can't you?
Well, not only to blame, but you can fix it.
Yeah.
You just go, hey, we're gonna
have to sort that. Yeah.
But Warren's kind of panning around. You were asking about the materials, so you know, things like the Rambler.
Ramblers are solid pines.
That's solid pine. Super B, the Merc V, those are solid pine. And the idea with that was the Fender Heritage stuff.
Tweed Heritage particularly.
Yeah, tweed, tweed in particular, that's right. And here's some of the ply. These are baffle boards, but some of these are probably sides.
Are the baffle boards on the Ramblers, are they ply or pine?
All the baffle boards are ply.
Yeah.
With pine, you know, you can only get, this is the maximum kind of width. And I guess we could join them, but I'm not sure there would be much of a benefit for us at least.
It's stable as well, isn't it?
That's right. You want this to be strong. It's holding a heavy speaker and getting knocked around.
Yeah, pine's not necessarily what you want for that, is it?
That's right. And not every model, some of the models have a floating baffle board where this is suspended just on a few points so it can flex. That's another reason why you want this to be strong and not just, you know, make a break at those connection points. Let's see. So, John, if you have anything to tell, what are you working on?
The Sportsman.
A Sportsman?
Yeah.
All righty. You can see different cutouts. Oh, wow. Here's a bunch of Trail Riders.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they've been cut out.
Front panels, I love your front panels.
Different size.
That's got such a Star Trek vibe to it.
Yeah, it does. You know, we call it, if Gene Roddenberry's listening, this is more of a 50s boomerang, by the way. Nothing to do with Star Trek.
No, I didn't say that.
If you like Star Trek, I do too. Anyway.
The original one particularly.
Yeah, with Kirk. And so, it's great to have the wood shop. It allows us to come up with fun things or try ideas that sometimes don't work, but it's, you know, you got to try. There's a pipe here, so be careful.
Yeah, yep.
Different templates. This is more baffle board stuff. And, you know, just a real straight. We used to have a little bit more elaborate tool set in here. But Philip really stripped down the wood shop. Let's get rid of the stuff we're not using, open up the space. And it's been great. Hey, Warren, we should go to your Warren's Warren.
Warren's Warren, okay.
It's over here. These are some of the shop jokes that you'll hear when you're in the shop.
Right.
But this room, Warren is our cameraman now.
Okay.
You can't see him, but he does some prep work in here. He does some service work on the amps too.
Right.
But the main job in here is final listening. So
Right.
We'll see here in a bit our test setup, the electronic test, but this will be the first time the amp is in the box with a speaker and it's all shaking.
Just make sure nothing's rattling and it's not doing anything horrible.
Yeah.
Like weird noises. Yeah.
And that can happen, you know, and then we got to figure out what's going on.
I bet that's fun. Where's the rattle coming from?
We should give you a mic, but there's sort of a long tradition, and the cabinets they've just gotten so good that we don't have rattles like we used to. But we did have just a host of little ways to deal with it. You know, all these tricks you could use to.
Don't get rattles. We don't get rattles on Carr Amps anyway.
Yeah, well, thanks. But you know, hey, think about it. It's a lively box that's shaking. Exactly. So
and there's lots of things in there with filaments that can make all sorts of noises.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, tubes. There's some limit to what you can do, but yeah, this is a funky spot. So this is the final listening, primarily again for the rattles, amp sounds the way it should, and everything's happy. And once he gives his check off on that, another Star Trek.
Look at this thing. This is
ready
what's
to ship.
this?
Found it.
Look at this.
This is a very rare.
Yeah, what is
That looks like fun.
Yeah, we did these. I feel like it was a time when I wasn't sure what to do.
These are super rare, right?
I think there are only 20 in existence.
When
10 of
was this?
these and 10 of the reverb ones. It's all tube. You can see back here.
Do I remember these?
Probably not. It's from around 2010.
Yeah, I don't know.
It has a clean boost. It's again tube clean boost. It's a analog delay that does have a circuit board, but this one was kind of a neat design. And then this tremolo is funky. It's like the kind of like the Brown Fender amps, where it's pitch shifting.
Yeah.
And a little headphone out, and that's about it.
That looks cool.
But it was
hard to make.
They were hard to. You know, it's a super fun idea, but they were as hard to make as a whole amp, and we couldn't
I bet they were expensive
charge for that.
Yeah.
We charged as much as we possibly could, and still we were, you know, shipping $200 bills with each one in the box.
What's it, about
So you're
$1,000?
like,
Yeah, more than I can imagine the work goes into that. It's quite amazing. Yeah.
It's a good eye.
Yeah. I like it.
We can't bring it. Well, maybe we can bring it back. I don't know.
I don't know whether you want to ship $200 bills with it as well.
Yeah. We should check our.
I got a good
cash.
selection of hot sauces there.
This is a break room.
Yeah.
Our solar system.
Solar? Oh, you got panels.
Yeah, everything. So we got this in 2018. Put this in, but everything in here is run off the solar.
Well,
Right now, everything is.
It's pretty
all
sunny,
solar.
isn't it? So
Yeah.
it should be. Yeah. Well, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really good. So if you average the year, we're off the grid, which is neat.
Yeah. Oh, that's really So a good investment.
It has been. It was. We got it at the right time, and it was expensive, but we haven't had. We get bills that say minimum line charge.
No, that's
which
a nice
is $28
bill, isn't
a
it?
month. Yeah, yeah, that is
That's
great.
the kind of bills you want.
Especially with all this stuff, you know, the power tools take a lot of juice.
Yeah, I bet they do.
All right, here's some cabinets that are ready to be covered. You can see, what have we got here? Super B.
Yeah.
Everybody, name them.
Oh yeah,
Murphy.
Skylark.
That's right. And then you can see, so this is a plywood construction cabinet.
Yeah.
But, you know, again, part of why we went to this at some point was to get
Thinner.
this really narrow look.
Well,
that
they
you saw
sound.
in
It
some of
doesn't.
those funky cabinets.
It's no detriment to the sound.
No,
'cause
it's a-
these,
you know,
these are amazing.
They're great sounding.
Yeah.
It's, I'm sure, slightly different than the ply, but still super strong. Yeah. Can't go wrong. And, you know, a lot of the whole reason to have the wood shop and not only to make the amps for fun sounds and great vibes is just fun look.
And to experiment, I suppose, as well. You've got a bit more option of experimenting. With
Yeah, we
different cab
do. We
designs
do.
and stuff.
But I just mean, you know, it's the aesthetic part is very important too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, that's the whole lineup's aesthetically are really, really interesting and very
thanks.
individual as well.
It seems like, we're starting to see more of that from some other people, but you know.
That's I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, we'll take it. Keep them coming. All right, so this was kind of a more intermediate wood shop.
Yeah.
Deeper, you guys are about to be famous.
He's been famous once before. He's
That's
famous
right.
twice now.
Jonas
I
here.
just happened to be out here.
This floor is a little lumpy, so be careful.
That's
Building's had a lot of additions. There's Philip.
How you doing?
He runs the wood shop, does all
Right.
the scheduling. You can talk to him if you need something faster.
Only if absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, this room you're doing. You're stretching some grill cloth here.
Setting up some of these baffles for the new trail riders.
Yeah, we do the piping, put on the handles, feet, various things, and
Oh, you put on the vinyl in here.
maybe show the handles. Brian, who we'll meet in a second, does these handles. He makes these for us.
Yeah, they take a while to loosen up, don't they?
Yeah, that one's pretty supple. You know, you just never know every time.
Yeah.
All right, here's Brian. This
Hey,
is
Dan.
Doug. There's Coda Music. You've probably seen some of those tickets come through. And this is storage of grill cloth, but also Brian does pretty much all the covering. Yeah, which is contact cement on both
Well,
pieces.
having tried to do that once, I can appreciate it's quite hard to do.
Yeah, it's a real art.
Yeah.
Maybe later you might be,
Yeah, I'll be
we
doing
can-
some back panels first
Yeah.
here pretty soon. So.
but getting all these seams and everything.
Well, yeah, getting
you
getting them
can't
smooth is yeah. Not look like it's done by a 5-year-old, which is what my attempt looked like.
Brian, I'm curious, how much do you have to think about it now? Do you just like, to do a circle or any of these?
See, a lot of it is almost just muscle memory.
Yeah.
Stand by
It
you so
took
you can be
a
heard.
long time to kind of
Yeah.
get to that. So.
Really, just muscle memory to you lay it out and zip zip.
But yeah, it definitely, it takes a while. It's almost like doing upholstery work inside out. Like it's almost the opposite of doing
Right.
chairs because all the seams are,
Yeah.
the opposite way. So.
So have you ever thought
Yeah,
about doing
still takes a little while.
Have you ever thought about doing lacquered tweed?
Well, do we have some tweed around here? We do.
Because you've got tweed, but it's always a fluffy tweed, isn't it? I was like
Yeah, so
thinking.
this is the tweed after we put a stain on it.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like a heavy lacquer.
Yeah. Well, that's that's got this is how it normally comes out, isn't it?
Where's
That's
the
a
where's the
little
stuff?
No.
This is the
Oh, it's
roll
normally
of the
fluffier,
iron.
isn't it?
So
Yeah, because
it
we
is-
do put
Yeah, we put a
stained
stain on it.
poly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Doug,
can
if you
hold
want to feel
up, I
that, you can.
compare it next to it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, take this one and you guys can see the difference.
So it isn't a ton, but it does kind of seal it up there too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely.
Yeah.
is
So this
kinda-
is smoother. So
Yeah.
they're all coming through like they've all. How long have they been?
Well,
Am I
we,
being dumb?
huh?
Do they normally come out like this, or with this stain
this,
on it?
This is the finished product.
Right.
I think
okay,
it's
yeah,
only because
yeah.
you see it in comparison now.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But if you wanted, if the people wanted, I suppose, we could put a heavier coat or a darker coat.
A darker coat might be quite cool on something.
Yeah. How dark are you talking?
I just like an old tweedy looking thing might look good with a black or something, or a dark brown.
Yeah, we could try. We could try one because what we do is we'll paint a bunch of this stuff up, so we could do a batch
Yeah,
if
so
you
this
wanted
is
to
the-
get some with a darker.
Yeah, like a two-tone with a brown or something might look really, really cool.
Well, and I know they have different tweeds with like different primary colors and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Like there is different dark
Yeah.
ones. I've seen it where it's almost like an olive green in there too, which kind of looks a little blackish, but
Yeah, and I kind of like the golden, what sort of, like a really older golden colour.
So just a deeper amber.
Yeah, deeper amber might be quite cool.
yeah.
I might do, try us on our next batch or something. We're bound to need Skylarks and Trail Riders again soon.
antique.
Maybe
looking.
some. Add some tweed and we'll make a darker
Yeah,
batch.
because we
sort
just
of
use a stain on this, and there's all kinds of shades.
Yeah,
already.
cool, sounds good.
that like you were saying, that nut brown.
Yeah, that with a brown, like a two-tone with a brown, looked really nice. Or with a black. Or a cowboy. Or one of them anyway. I said the list
I
goes
should
on.
have a pen and paper to be taking this order.
You're taking orders.
What type of businessman am I? This is the back hall of you know, sort of old prototypes. That's that. So the gray one had the analog delay, and the orange one has reverb.
Oh, okay.
And it had a little like a satellite cabinet with a reverb tank in it that came with it.
Wow, yeah, that sounds like it's going to be really expensive.
Yeah, it was.
It's like costly to produce.
You know, I know some other people have made those reverb units. Who was it? Maybe was it
Victoria made one.
Full Tone or Victoria? I feel like.
And it's pricey. I mean, it's basically like an old Fender one, but with a vibrato in it as well.
I thought I'd read some interview with whoever was doing it earlier on that said, "Oh man, there was just no way to break even at this."
Yeah.
And so we had to learn it ourselves. We couldn't take the advice. But it was still really fun and neat.
Oh, I don't remember an El Moto.
That's so gosh, great question on the history. So first there was the Slant 6.
Yeah.
Was the second amp might have been El Moto, which there's a guy, Mitch Easter, who has a studio near here in Kernersville, who did early REM records and many other things. He had some old Mad Amps. You know, those green Mad Amps, not the new ones, but he had the 60s ones. And anyway, they were really neat. And so that's the heritage of some of the Moto.
Was that like a 50 watt or something?
Yeah, that was a 45 watt, somewhat, you know,
well, they're 6V6s
Mad Amp Marshall inspired thing.
I think it was EL34.
EL34.
4 EL34s.
I think it was 234.
Well, initially it was 2. Sign of the Times again. It was 2, and we had a dealer said it's not loud enough. So then we did a 80 watt one, but those are also very rare. There might be less of those probably than hammerheads.
Yeah, I don't remember those. So
Yeah. This is our Antique Roadshow here.
Let's take a few pics. Look at these.
Yeah. Yeah, what is some Motos? Motos are sitting around here.
What is this going to be?
Oh, that's a gift to you. This is a bass amp, experimental bass amp.
Ooh, look at those big old tubes in there. What
and
are they?
giant transformers too.
What's this?
I think they're KT88s.
Okay, they're cheap, aren't they?
Yeah. And that thing is that the one? This is the one. This was another bass amp. I was in a band in the early 2000s, and a bass player used this amp.
But it sounded good.
It did sound good. But it's another one of those difficult things. These transformers are so expensive.
Yeah.
And
the tubes are not cheap either.
And everything, you know, all the chassis, anything you have made for you, industrial-wise, the price goes down the more you get. So, you know, these are really expensive unless you buy 500. And
how many bass amps are you going to sell?
We just don't have that capital. And how many will we use?
Yeah, well, bass players want smaller and lighter and
So
small, light, loud.
I'm curious about them. Here's what I'm curious about. In the land of the 5 watt amp being you can play live with, is a 45 watt bass amp.
Loud enough.
Enough to work with the 5 watt guitar amp.
Yeah, probably not. They want clean headroom, I guess, don't they?
I don't know, but it might have some flavor.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Tricky.
Here's these are job tickets. You know, believe it or not, here's all the amps we've made. Everyone has a ticket. We could find some Codas in here.
Yeah,
but,
cool.
But it's kind of shocking when you want to add all those up.
So what you made the most of? Ramblers?
We Ramblers and the original Merc.
Yeah, the original Merc was great.
The original Merc, we did about just over 2,000 of those, I think.
Yeah, I think.
And Ramblers around 2,500
I think
now.
John, a guy in our shop, still loves the original Merc. I think it's his favourite amp.
We recently
you did some, didn't
we
you?
found some parts. We found some parts. We found old weights and some the old chassis, enough to make. I think we were able to make 10, and we built those and
I saw the green one at NAMM, wasn't there, a couple of years back when you were on the Reverend stand?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's a neat thing. Who knows? Maybe that'll have me to get more job tickets.
Artemis, remember those?
Yeah, the Artemis. Yes, this
Which one was
a
that? Was a
Lincoln.
Voxy one, wasn't it? No, Lincoln was a Voxy. I know they were both Voxy ones.
They were both kind of Voxy.
Yeah.
Artemis, I think, was.
I think the Bell Rays kind of put them.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. It does that thing. They both had, yeah.
They're quite big as well, aren't they?
This one had a really high gain channel
Yeah.
along with a clean channel. I think people preferred the clean channel. You know, these are the things you learn when you build things.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work, that overdrive channel. So
Yeah.
the Impala, we still make that. This was a 30 watt. This was really loud, somewhat inspired by AC-15,
Yeah.
but with 4 tubes. I don't know why. Sounded great, but you had to be able to crank it. You know,
Yeah, they were
somebody could
loud.
Crank it.
They were loud.
This goes up here, and often this is the second room we go to, but this is the main electronics
Right.
assembly. These are interesting to point out now. 5 years ago, it might have been not as interesting, but these are carbon comp resistors.
They're hard to get now.
Well,
Yeah.
they're obsolete, so
okay.
there are
So,
no
yeah.
more. I mean, there might be a little bit of stock here and there. And we use these in all the amps. Some amps are all carbon comps. Some
I'm
are a
guessing
little bit of
that's
mix.
not your remaining stock left then.
No,
a few more than that.
we have a lot more here, and then we have a vendor who is a really great vendor who bought. You know, once we saw the writing on the wall, they bought a bunch of them, and they're holding them for us, which was very good for us to have a partner like that. But yeah, so this is kind of a neat thing. They have a certain sound. They're really warm, and I think kind of emotional.
It's amazing the little bits that kind of make a sound.
Yeah.
It's like you can get a different transistor in a fuzz pedal, and 2 of them don't sound the same. So somebody's got to sit there sorting them
Right.
out, like getting the right ones and stuff. But yeah, they definitely and all the little bits combined to make an amp sound really, really nice.
It's true, and that's when I'm prototyping. That's a lot of what I'm doing toward the end is trying. Let's say it's a .02 microfarad cap, trying different cap types and brands, and then I've experimented a lot with resistors. You know, we use some metal films now. We use some carbon films of certain manufacturers. Believe it or not, you know, like these carbon films. You know, there might 10 guys who make those, or companies, and you try all 10 and they all sound a little bit different, just a little different, and then you find, wow, these 2 sound way better than the others. It doesn't it shouldn't be like that, but that's that's why the world is magic, right?
Sort of like all the ingredients that go into a nice, tasty bit of cooking. You know, you can.
These
it's
are
not
fresh.
just the ingredients,
These
though,
are
isn't
fresh ingredients.
it? But yeah, you know, it's also the chef.
Yeah, thank you.
On
Back
this
to the
thing.
line, Doug. Tube burn-in jig. Some of the tubes we buy now are burned in and matched for us. Some people offer that, but we just kind of cook them for a while and rematch them. Seems like it makes them more stable. You know, we get occasional bad ones. Let's see. This is some of the Deadwood area. David's working in email, shipping, that kind of stuff. Warren, how do you? I guess we can. Yeah, this is somewhat cleaned up now. This is my little prototype area.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
That's clean.
That's I cleaned it for your visit. But I know where everything is. Don't touch anything.
No, that's fine. Out of chaos comes beauty.
Thank you. Yeah. More storage. Oh, this is the hi-fi amp I was telling you about.
That kind of looks like my desk.
Oh, really?
Work. Yeah.
But what's on there? Like
Just
pens?
just stuff. Yeah, like lots of bits of paper with bits written on it that I then lose, the important bit of paper.
Yeah, oh, this is that hi-fi amp I was telling you about. And I need to work on that. All right, let's see. Here's
There's your bass amp.
Yeah. Well, this is
You're turning it into a high gain monster.
high gain monster for one of my sons, who plays in bands, and he has. I made this other amp for him that is 40 watts, and it wasn't loud enough. So this. I just put these 6550s in here. This thing now makes about 148 watts.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I'm worried about his ears, but still working on some type of, interesting high gain circuit that may find its way into some type of production amp of ours.
Yeah, one of our guys is plays very loud. They all put earplugs in though.
Yeah, we were just talking about
Yeah.
that, but yeah, it's an interesting thing. We if we go in that direction of some type of channel switch, or we'll want to have. It's always nice to have something you feel like is at least a little unique.
Yeah.
This isn't that same circuit. Everybody.
Yeah.
That sounds great, but let's try to do something new.
Absolutely.
These are complete. Okay, so let's turn around and look at the builders. So folks build the amp. They have a copy amp, and they're using that for reference.
Right.
After a certain amount of times building any of these, I think the fellows could build them without a copy amp. But it's nice to have. You kind of look over here.
Yeah, just in
and
case
say,
you
oh,
have a
yeah,
bit of
that's-
a brain fade.
Yeah. So this is how they're made, and once they're complete, I know you gotta get yours. Once they're complete, they come over here, and then a fellow named Will, who's not here today, will take this. Let's look at a simpler one. Is there a simpler one? Oh, let me see. I would like to see a Skylark Special. That's a good one, since you have one of those.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like on the inside. And the test person, Will in this case, he'll go through here and check every one of these solder joints.
Yeah.
Check all the components. Make sure everything is where it's supposed to be and what it's supposed to be. And then he'll take it over to the test bench over here.
Right.
And it's pretty straightforward stuff. He'll power it up, check voltages. If everything looks good, then he'll tube it up. More voltages, run signal through it on the scope. We kind of beat on it with this, where is it? This has been here the whole time. So you kind of smack it and watch the trace, and if it jumps, could be a solder joint or something. And he plays through it. After that's good, he'll put the amps up here on the burn-in table, and we leave them on for, 12 to 24 hours, just depending. And then our cameraman will, or me, will come back and take these off and do pretty much the same tests. Looking at the solder joints, all that stuff. So it helps have two sets of eyes. And once those are happy, so once the amps are through burn-in and checked twice, they'll come back in this first room, and they're on that shelf ready to go in a cabinet once the corresponding cabinet is complete. And that's what Philip's doing right there. He's working on some back panels. He'll add flashing, reverb tanks like we talked about before.
Yeah.
And then it'll be Warren's turn again to do that final test.
Excellent.
Yeah. There's got to be more here somewhere.
That's a little trail rider.
Yeah, you could rotate that one around or put it up, and that's all right. We can take that off.
I like the handle on that.
Yeah, that's Brian makes those handles. So
Yeah.
this is the tan buffalo handle.
Yeah, it really works with the brown, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great look.
Sometimes it's difficult to envisage what things are going to look like, so I tend to be quite conservative in the color picks. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like this and this.
Philip would
there's
probably
some bold
agree.
colors.
Maybe we should try to get more pictures on the website. You know, of all these different colors.
Well, I think people like it's got to fit in somebody's living room. A green and pink one's not necessarily going to be everyone's choice, is it? Whereas that can fit in just about anywhere, can't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think so.
Cool.
Yeah, well,
Cool. Thank you very much.
sure.
Yeah.
We might play some amps.
Let's do that.
Yeah. All right.